Hello, I'm David Rose, and here's a look at some of our top cases featured this weekend, 4th of July weekend, with Crime Stoppers on Washington's Most Wanted. You know, amidst the chaos and vandalism and the widespread looting that happened in Bellevue back on May 31st, one building maintenance company owner was just trying to protect the businesses he takes care of when he had his truck set on fire by an arsonist. Well, tonight, police are asking for your help to identify that suspect. Take a look at this video that shows the man holding an incendiary device. Before Bellevue police say he threw it into the victim's truck. Take note that his mask is unusual. It's not a regular mask or a gas mask. He's white. And detectives say he didn't come there with a group and he didn't leave with anyone. He was just there to wreak havoc. Well, seconds after, police say he tossed that device into the cab of the pickup truck. It went up in flames. That vehicle belonged to Rick Froton with All American Maintenance, who has a message for the suspect tonight. As hundreds of looters started ransacking stores and small businesses across Bellevue, Rick Froton got a call from property managers to board up and secure their buildings.
And as we were leaving around 6:30, we saw the mob coming up Bellevue Way, and one of them yelled out there's a jewelry store.
Rick knew the owner of J. Lewis Jewelry had already emptied out her store.
Got out of my truck, I yelled at him, please don't do that, there's nothing in there for you to take.
Instead, surveillance video shows a suspect wearing a red jacket and a blue baseball cap hurl a rock at the front door, shattering the glass. Did you think they listened to you when you told them to stop doing the damage?
Absolutely not, but I thought maybe they would slow down.
As looters rushed inside the store, it's what happened next that sent police and firefighters rushing to the scene. Detectives say this unidentified suspect, caught on surveillance video carrying an incendiary device, threw it into the cab of Rick's truck.
And within probably seconds, it had ignited everything inside.
Cell phone video from a witness shows the flames destroying his vehicle.
It was pretty much gone. Everything had melted on the inside.
Rick says firefighters and police were there quickly and did a great job getting things under control, but the damage was done. Fortunately, neither he nor his son, who was with them, were hurt. Bellevue police say the suspect was not part of a peaceful protest and did not appear to know any of the other looters.
If this person is that brazen and crass and willing to do this, he is dangerous, and we just need your help to identify him so that we can get him off the streets.
Detectives are also asking for help to identify the suspect who smashed the glass and this woman with the pigtails who entered the jewelry store. Both were also caught on camera burglarizing a nearby Xfinity store.
The people that did the damage had no clue to what they were doing. They were just there as an opportunity.
Rick has a unique perspective about what happened. He has an eclectic and multiracial family. He immigrated to the U.S. from Cuba 40 years ago, and he's worked hard to build the maintenance services company he started in 1985. After word spread about what happened to his truck, Michael's Toyota called and sold him one at cost. He's even signed up new clients.
Within a day, we were pretty much whole. There's so many blessings came out of that.
Rick would like to see the suspect who torched his truck caught, but it's not for the reason you might think.
If he asks for forgiveness, I'll be glad to forgive him, and I'll be glad to visit him when he spends time in jail and let him know that, you know, there's a different course to take.
Now here's one more look at that arson suspect. He's white, and police are really desperate to get him identified. The couple accused of looting the stores you see there on the right and at the bottom. And note the female with the pigtails, she's got a tattoo there on her right wrist. Now, if you recognize any of these suspects, Crime Stoppers at Puget Sound is going to pay you a cash reward of up to $1,000. It's completely anonymous. You will never be asked to give your name. Call 1-800-222-TIPS or use the P3 Tips app that you can download to your cell phone for free. Now, watch as a customer about to walk into a Kirkland pot shop gets the shock of his life as he opens the front door and sees a six-pack of armed robbers in action. Well, they noticed him there, and they quickly run out one by one, brushing right past the guy who can only stand there and just hope he doesn't get hurt. Surveillance video from inside the Kush Marijuana Dispensary on Northeast 90th Street in Kirkland on June 18th shows the terrifying takeover-style heist. It went on for more than 2 minutes before that customer's arrival broke it up.
3 of them entered originally, displaying firearms as they came in. There was 2 employees, forced them to the ground, and immediately began jumping the counters and stealing cash and products from the shelves.
About a minute later, a 4th suspect enters the store, and then he starts stealing. About 10 seconds after that, the 5th and 6th suspects come in through the door, and join the crew. Now you see that customer's truck pull up about 40 seconds after that. The big guy in the white Nike hoodie with "Just Do It" notices that someone's coming and alerts his crew. So they all scramble from out behind the counters to take off. The big guy goes first, then the two guys wearing gray and black next, then a guy in a black hoodie after that, then the robber in the bright red pants, and finally the suspect wearing jeans and a black hoodie. He's going to be the last one to leave. Detectives say they all ran to this nearby parking lot where they jumped into that dark blue early to mid 2000s Dodge Caravan that was waiting to take them away.
It's very alarming. It was your textbook takedown style robbery. They came in with force, pointing the weapons at the employees. Luckily, nobody was injured. No shots were fired. But it's very alarming for us. It's very scary for the employees, for customers, and we would love to apprehend these individuals and take them into custody.
So take another good look at the 6 suspects and their getaway vehicle. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot at you here, so we're going to put each of their photos on our website so you can go through and look at them to see if you recognize them. The website is catchwmw.com. If you know anything about this armed robbery at the Kush store in Kirkland on June 18th that helps detectives identify any of the suspects, you're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000. Submit the information through the P3 Tips app, or you can call 1-800-222-TIPS. And as always, it is anonymous. Deputies say this next fugitive had his girlfriend and a baby in the car when he was arrested for driving drunk after a reckless car crash he's accused of causing in SeaTac. Prosecutors say the results of a breathalyzer test showed Wayne Rattler was 1.5 times the legal limit when he was arrested back in January. The child and the woman weren't hurt, but deputies say he did badly injure a woman in the vehicle he hit, breaking 3 ribs and a collarbone. He's wanted now after failing to show up in court.
Wayne Rattler. He got out of the car, his passenger who had a baby, they got out of the car, and the 3 of them took off on foot. SeaTac police arrived on scene and they were able to locate Rattler a couple blocks from the actual collision scene. He had a suspended license, he wasn't supposed to drive, and on top of it, he was DUI. He has a felony warrant for a vehicular assault for the injuries as well as felony hit and run. His bail's set at $25,000. He knows that he's wanted.
Wayne Rattler's criminal history includes a second-degree robbery charge that was dropped down to a criminal assistance conviction. He also has criminal trespass, lying to police, and illegal drug possession on his rap sheet. Rattler is 25 years old, 6'1", and weighs 160 pounds. He was last living in SeaTac. If you can tell deputies where to find him, submit that tip through the P3 Tips app or call the Crime Stoppers hotline and collect a cash reward of up to $1,000 if that tip leads to his arrest. It is a sickening feeling to come out and find your car stolen. So tonight, Kirkland police are hoping you can help the victims get their Audi back and stop the suspect who took it from stealing another one. Take a look. Kirkland police are asking for your help to ID this car thief. Surveillance video showed him running into the parking garage of the Voda Apartments last Saturday afternoon. Officers found broken glass and believe he smashed the window on this white 2015 Audi RS5 and in less than a minute defeated the security system and drove it out of the garage. But this wasn't the first time he was seen in that garage. Police say an hour earlier, he pulled in this black BMW. And then when he saw that there were other people there who would be witnesses to his crime, he turned around and drove out. Police say he parked that vehicle in an alleyway nearby and then returned on foot to steal the Audi. You can see that he had the license plate number covered on the BMW. And witnesses who took the photos say one of the rear driver's side small windows was broken. Officers did not find that BMW, so they think a second suspect was there and drove it away.
So we're looking for a suspect who we believe to be skinny to average build. He is wearing very distinctive clothing in the form of his sweatshirt that is purple with gold sleeves. He has a face mask on, and he appears to be wearing his hat backwards. It's a black colored hat. His Nike Air Jordan high tops appear to match his sweatshirt. They are also purple and gold with white tongues. You can see the Air Jordan insignia on there. He's very quick at what he does. He may have knowledge of how to steal Audis in general, or he may have some sort of device that allows him to overcome the key fob anti-theft device of the vehicle as well.
So it's been a week, and that stolen Audi has not yet been found. It has Washington license plate BFF 6857. Please call 911 if you spot it. Now, if you know who the suspect is, submit that tip to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound at 1-800-222-TIPS or through the P3 TIPS app on your cell phone. If you can identify him or have any information to help locate him and get him into custody, you're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000. Tonight, Burien police need your help to identify a crew of hate-filled theft suspects who stole dozens of flags honoring Pride Month in downtown Burien. Those flags had flown for weeks on light poles on Main Street until the two suspects you see here on surveillance video went from pole to steal 38 flags just after 3:45 a.m. on Saturday, June 20th. Now, after they gathered up the flags, you see they met up with two more suspects across the street. One person is seen placing a sticker on a pole. Detectives say this photo shows the sticker that says, "United We Stand," with the website of a known extremist group. Burien Police, a contracted branch of the King County Sheriff's Office, are really hoping one of you watching tonight can identify one of these suspects.
They have masks on, their faces are pretty covered, you can't see them the best with the video, but we know that they've told somebody about this, them stealing these flags. They have a ton of flags, it's pretty noticeable. So we're just hoping that maybe they're talking about it with somebody or somebody knows something that they can provide to the King County Sheriff's Office. Detectives are fairly sure that these suspects have been talking about their crime. I mean, they stole 38 flags and they're not real small flags, they're noticeable. So there is a very good chance that somebody out there knows who took these flags and just hasn't told anybody about it. You can be completely anonymous and send us that tip. I think that's the important thing for people to remember is that it can only take one tip. Just a little bit of information can really break this case open.
Well, once people found out the flags had been stolen last week, the community came together in downtown Burien to help replace them with new flags to fly for the rest of the month.
I'm hoping it wasn't a hate-filled action because there is so much good in this community, and we've seen it since this all happened.
To any of our LGBTQ community that does live in Burien or the surrounding area, you are still just as valid and seen as and respected and welcome in Burien as ever. This doesn't change that.
Well, somebody watching tonight knows who did this. People know who stole those flags and posted that hate flyer. So please, just give that tip. You never have to give your name. It's completely anonymous. Here's the reward, a cash reward of up to $1,000 if your tip leads to just one arrest. So don't wait. Call 1-800-222-TIPS, or even easier, make sure you have the P3 TIPS app. Download it to your cell phone. You can do that. It's free. You can send photos and information right to detectives, and you never have to give your name. Well, that's a look at some of the cases we're featuring this weekend. I hope you'll join us for the full show and all of the crimes police need your help to solve. Washington's Most Wanted airs tonight at 11 o'clock on Q13 Fox. It runs again Saturday night at 9:30 on Joe TV and 10:30 on Q13. And we're a statewide crime fight machine. So tune in if you're in Yakima, Tri-Cities, or Spokane on the Fox TV stations there, our great partners, 10:30 every Saturday night. It takes all of us to make sure these criminals have nowhere left to hide.